Hello guys, once back again. As we talked earlier on, tuliwaambia kwamba tutawaleta mahali fulani, lakini hatukuambia ni wapi. Today we are there and I just want to inform you that tuko Karen, by the way, na sio siri, and tuko kwa a certain children's home. Hatujui venye ilianza, hatujui venye inaendelea, but what we know, it's a really progressing children's home. Today I'm joined by one of our own. I don't want to mention, or I don't want to hype him so much. Let him introduce himself, and so that we can take this to the fourth. Karibu sana, sir. How are you?
Very well, sir.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How are you faring? Your life, health.
Thank God I'm healthy and breathing.
You see, I see you there. I see like you are still energetic, and from the look of things, I don't know what you are eating. Tuambie pale pia sisi bana. Unajua as youths tumezoea tu zile chakula zenye bora tu ni tamu. Cheese and all that kind of stuff. What makes you so much healthy like that, sir?
Well, it's a lot of exercising, walking. I don't go to the gym, but I do a lot of exercising.
Okay.
And then eating well, so you stay away from the junk food.
Okay.
I eat the food that the old people used to eat, and that keeps me strong and energetic.
Okay, that's interesting. So through a week, how many times do you do your exercise?
I've set a goal of walking at least not less than 10,000 steps. And sometimes I'll go up to 20,000 steps.
20,000.
And that will be within the compound, or sometimes I will step out of the compound and walk all the way to the main road and back, just to make sure I reach my goal.
Okay.
20,000 steps.
So wadau, umesikia wewe mwenyewe, sio mimi nimesema. Kama unataka kuwa healthy, of course, if you want to be healthy enough, make a steps. Always unaweza kutembea pale, unaweza ingia gym, whatever, but just make sure you stay healthy. So to the main business today, actually, sir, you just tell our viewers out there, who are you, what are you doing, what drives your motive in each day-to-day life?
My name is Chris Koki Okuna. From western part of Kenya. Of course, I went to school in western part of Kenya, so when people see me here in Nairobi, they think, oh yeah, maybe I grew up in Nairobi, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing in Nairobi. Not really. My primary school was in western Kenya. Second school was in western Kenya. I only came to Nairobi in college. And going to why I do what I do, that I like so much and enjoy very much, is from my own my own upbringing. Many of you probably, you have families that have taken care of you, so anytime you cry, they are there for you. You've been driven to school, you've been given whatever you want. I never had that opportunity to enjoy what even my own children have enjoyed. Now, I walk to school from home to school because I lived with my grandparents. They are the ones who raised me. And coming also from a single parent is not the easiest. And more so, your mother. Then you're taken over by your grandparents to look after you. We never went to school. Not at all. They never went to school. So the only languages they would speak was either Luya or a little bit of Kiswahili. And you think about old people, not young people. My grandfather was born in 1909, 1909. My grandmother was born in 1918, 1918, when they were born. And those are the people who raised me.
It's really interesting. Up to now, you still know the date of birth of your grandparents. Actually, I'll be sincere. Okay, ukiniuliza mimi for sure I can't even mention. Of course, my crew also, I'm very certain that hata nikiwauliza they can't mention. So there's something I want to dig down today. Mtu ametoka kujiuliza pale, what is this first love?
First love, in Swahili, of course, ni upendo wa kwanza. That is derived from God's love for us, because He sent His Son Jesus Christ to love us first,
of course,
at no cost. So we didn't have to pay anything for us to be loved. So He loved us first, just as we were. And so again, going back to my own upbringing, I didn't have it all. we really struggle to go to school. We are 6 of us, and I'm the eldest. And I had to go back and help my own siblings to go to school. So we didn't have it all. It was through struggles, but through it also, people came up and helped us, to where we fell short. People came through for us, and based on that, Jesus loved us first, and so I wanted to extend that love to somebody else who doesn't also have that opportunity, or who wouldn't have had that opportunity to live a decent life. And now looking at myself, I'm blessed.
Okay.
There's no secret about that.
Of course, you're blessed. Even
I'm blessed, yes. Yeah, health-wise, very blessed.
Of course.
And
you're also energetic.
very energetic.
Yeah.
We can run, we can play football. If you go sleep, tomorrow morning you not wake up, I'll wake up and continue with my chores. Yeah, so it's because of that love that we received at first that I want to extend to these children who are less fortunate, and I'm blessed. I have it.
Okay. So speaking of your upbringing, of course, you have spoken about there are some relatives who came to help through wherever they could. Do you feel like you owe them?
I don't really, in fact, actually, it's not relatives per se. They are people, because then that will probably relate me to, then it will relate me to children as my relatives. They are not my relatives, and because those who helped me were not my relatives either. But again, back to your question, I don't feel like I owe them, but deep in my heart, whoever helped me, if they were to come to me and say, well, I'm struggling, of course I'll come through for them too. I'll be there for them. Because, just like what I told my grandmother, because she struggled with me. Let me use my grandmother specifically. She struggled with me those early days. And I'm sure, at some point in time, because I would be sick, and she would carry me on her back to the hospital, maybe even in the middle of the night, when I wouldn't do it myself. I wouldn't walk to the hospital. I didn't have the money or to do anything yet. But we got to a point where I told my grandmother, you are there for me. You stood firm for me when I didn't have any means. We got to a point where the trend changed, and now it was me going out, and she was old now. She can't go to work. She doesn't know even where to find the money or where to find food. So I said, Mama, I'll be there for you until you die. I'll be there. You are there for me those days. It is my responsibility to be there. So that's the only person I would say. And my grandfather. Those are the two I can say, well, yes. Yeah, I owed them because of what they did for me.
Yeah.
For those ones, for sure, I owed them. And my promise was, I'll be with you until you die. Until on the 3rd of June 2003, when my grandfather breathed her last, I was there, and she died because she had to die, but not because she wouldn't go to hospital. Okay. So and so that for her I owed her, because she stood firm for me.
Okay, I get it. So I was asking, how do you get your funds to manage the organization?
When I worked at Wilson Airport for a period of time, and then I worked for OC International for like 15 years, and then from there I had lots of friends. So it's through that connection of OC that some of those ones who saw me doing what I'm doing, they came on board and said, we want to support you. We want to do what we can to make sure you succeed in what you're doing in helping these children who need help. And so that's how I built a friendship. But as it is, like we Kenyans are known, or Africans are known, we are associated to corruption. So when you're given something, we don't use it correctly. We use it for ourselves, and we need to change that notion. We need to change that perception that every Kenyan or every black person they are corrupt. They are not, and I'm sure that even amongst yourself, there will be one probably, but not all of you will be corrupt. And so we wanted to do something that anybody else will come and say, hey, if a Kenyan can do this, then many Kenyans can do it, so that there's more trust with Kenyans to deliver. We've not been funded by corporations or foundations and such. Just individual people are the ones who have funded all that you can see here, and they're the same ones who have stood with me in making sure that the 117 children that we are handling right now, both in colleges and primary school out there and high school, that they go to school, that they eat, they have water, they have a roof over their heads, and they have a place to call home. So it's individual friends who have supported me all through.
So speaking on the behalf of those who are in college right now, do you give them like pocket money or stuff, do them shopping, or do they go and come back here?
According to the government, up to a certain age, you are supposed to exit. You are supposed to be reintegrated back to your family. And because sometimes, when we talk about an orphan, people think that the parents died, so they have nobody. But that's not true either. If you are an orphan, doesn't mean that your grandmother died, your grandfather died, your father died, your uncle died, your aunt died, your everybody died. There is somebody out there. And so we'll make sure that you are reconnected to any of those people out there who will now take care of you as we support you from where you are. So those who are in college, there are some of those that we are supporting, but yet they are staying with their relatives back there at home. And so what we do is we will, once they've been placed in an institution, so we'll pay for their fees complete, and then we'll every month there's a certain amount of money that we send to them to take care of their personal stuff every month. So if it's on the 28th, so you know that every 28th you get your pocket money or however you want to call it, and you can use it however you want. So we still do that. And because sometimes when we talk about an orphan, people think that the parents died, so they have nobody. But that's not true either. If you are an orphan, doesn't mean that your grandmother died, your grandfather died, your father died, your uncle died, your aunt died, your everybody died. There is somebody out there. And so we'll make sure that you are reconnected to any of those people out there who will now take care of you as we support you from where you are. So those who are in college, there are some of those that we are supporting, but yet they are staying with their relatives back there at home. And so what we do is we will, once they've been placed in an institution, so we'll pay for their fees complete, and then we'll every month there's a certain amount of money that we send to them to take care of their personal stuff every month. So if it's on the 28th, so you know that every 28th you get your pocket money or however you want to call it, and you can use it however you want. So we.
So on my way in, I was seeing, even here I can see some kind of artwork being drawn here. Do they symbolize something, or it's like just your love with the artwork or stuff?
I just love, it's just good for the eyes, so sometimes when you're working so hard and, so instead of looking at plain ceiling, you can look at that and just say, wow, that's nice, that's beautiful. You can look at that artwork, just, refreshes and relaxes your mind a little bit, so it's just good to look around and look at something a little bit different. Nothing so special attachment to it, but it just gives the beauty to the office, to the eyes, and
So if there was an organization willing to partner with you, will you be in for it?
Yes, one thing that we need to understand is there is so much work. Like when we talk about children who don't have it, there are many.
Of course.
And there is no way Chris and First Love can do it alone.
Exactly.
You need partnership. You need people to go alongside with you, so that as you take care of this,
Somebody
being able with the resources available, they can also take care of something else. Let's say we have 1 million kids out there, so they, no matter what we do, they cannot all fit in here. They can't fit in here.
Yeah.
So we would have another facility elsewhere, or another to take care of some of the kids, so that we can, and because it's the same kind of work.
Okay.
What do you have? I have this. So what don't you have? I don't have this. So back and forth.
Yeah.
And that's what partnership is, giving and taking. So you give part and somebody gives part. That's partnership, and so partnering, and we would be very, very happy to partner with anybody who is doing more or less the same work for the betterment of the children that we are serving.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as we are heading towards the diff, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If you to go back to your younger self,
Yes.
what is that one thing that you could have done or you could have wished to do?
You'll find when let's say I go back to my
Yeah, you are 8 now. The younger self of you.
the young self of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I would want to help even those that are around me at that time. I remember at that time I didn't have.
Yeah.
So I couldn't. There's no way I would have done it.
Yeah.
But if I was to go back then and I have it,
Mhm.
I would start probably a little bit better,
Okay.
and I would stretch my hands a little bit wider.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Chris, there's somebody outside there who thinks that, okay, with me, I have more than enough. I think I should do this have to First Love Kenya.
Mhm.
How can he reach you?
Many people have called me because they can go to our website or they can Google and they find First Love Kenya. And they can Google and find First Love. We can give the number to call, so that if they want to reach us, they can reach us easily.
Okay.
And we don't also limit as to what somebody wants to contribute. Whatever you want, whatever you have. If you want to bring a packet of milk, God bless you. So it'll be taken. So because I know some people call and say, what can I do? And by the way, we've had people call and then they want to, because there are a few people who, when they talk about the children's home, they think a children's home is where poor children go.
Exactly.
So what I don't really want
Yeah.
is what needs to go now to a children's home. And we've had cases where people have called, can I come and visit you, and the children have something to donate or to bring.
Yeah.
So once you open the gate and they come in and they look at the children, what they are wearing, they look at the facility, and then they retreat again. They want to take it back again because they realize, this will just not fit here because this is not what I had in mind about a children's home. This is a different children's home. We want a children's home to be a place of dignity.
Yeah.
Where people will come and say, hey, I can live here, I can eat here, I can put on something from within also, but not a place where we have racks, so torn clothes, that are donated to our children's home. This is not the place. And so we've had cases where people come in and then they realize, sorry, I had something.
That's not what I was thinking.
Yeah, I'll take it somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
Because then they realize, whatever they brought will be out of place. Yeah. But again, if what's on your heart to bring it. Because if we can't use it, we have other people who will come in from the streets now saying, okay, no, I don't have anything. So whatever you have, so we'll do that.
So let me, as we conclude, there's what is that one message that you want to send to somebody out there who is in the same state you are in some years back? What is that advice that you could give him or her?
Yeah, what I can say, sometimes our upbringing, our lives, sometimes to some determine their fate. So I was born poor and I'll die poor. So they cannot put in an effort of wanting to be better.
Yeah.
But again, with the help of God, don't kill yourself, or don't limit yourself so much that you end up being a village person because you didn't have it, because you grew up in a village, because you know the family. I'm a living example of somebody who was born from a very poor background,
Yeah.
and I have worked my way up with the help of God to what I am today. And I can be a testimony today to many others out there that you can grow from here to there.
Next point.
And you can be a successful person depending on your mindset, depending on where you're coming from, where you're going, and you can reach out. You can be of use to many other people out there with the knowledge you have. It may not necessarily be through taking care of the orphans or the less fortunate. There are many other things that people can do if you determine to get there.
Okay.
You can be of a huge contribution to the government,
Yeah.
to the family, to the children,
Yeah.
to whoever that is around you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to really take this humble time to tell you asante sana. Actually, we didn't do that thing, but of course next time we do promise it won't be the same. Let me take this time to actually tell our viewers that actually it was a pleasure, and tuseme ni asante kwa Chris and the entire First Love fraternity. Asanteni sana for the support. I hope bado tutamake it mpaka ile siku. If any need of anything ama for more information, achilia hapo kwa comment section. I've been your host Julius Teen. Ingia pale Instagram at JuliusTeen32021, Twitter JuliusTeen320. Goodbye until next time.